Hello, all. News. Let's see what we got. What is this? Another list. 15 annoying habits in women that might push away, why is that capitalized? Even the most devoted men. Ha. Let's start at the beginning. Please don't repeat the same shit. Did. Constantly talking about exes. That applies to everybody, not just women. What the fuck is this? When on a date or in a new relationship, men prefer to focus on building a connection with the woman that they're currently with. Constantly bringing up the past relationship can make men feel like they're being compared or that the woman is not fully present in the moment. What? It's not what it is. We just don't like it because that means you're going to be in either you're going to be in a bad mood and we ain't going to be getting laid, or you're still probably sleeping with your ex while dating. So it's none of this bullshit. And men talk about their exes too. I don't. This is not a specific thing to women. Overly emotional. While it's important to express emotions, men find it overwhelming if a woman has frequent emotional outbursts or trivial matters. Emotional stability and the ability to handle everyday challenges with composure are desirable qualities for many men. What? That actually applies more to men than it applies to women. Women don't want a man that's overly emotional way more than a man doesn't want a woman that's overly emotional. This is not a specific thing. And women that are overly emotional, men still hook up with them. Men still get in relationships with them. The problem with women that are overly emotional and needy, they just like, it's not that it's inherently unattractive. It it gets to be too much because it's constant. It's never like, okay, you had a situation going on, you had a reason for why you're acting that way. It's just that you're always acting that way. You're constantly in crisis. And when you're not in crisis, you create crisis. It's just an unstable person. Uh, I don't think anyone wants to be in a relationship with that, man or woman. Obsession with selfies. I mean, that would also apply to both, but mostly women do that. And it's most of the time they do that on their own time. They're not doing that while they're with a guy. It's a very rare situation. I don't know why that's even on the list. Continuously taking and posting selfies can indicate a self-centered focus, appearance, and validation from others. Yeah, but it's really it's really not that serious. It's like we kind of expect that from women, uh, because they care about their appearance more than we do. And we like a woman that care about her appearance. The problem with this is women that constantly taking selfies is that they have nothing going on. Is like that's their whole personality, is their social media. That's the annoying part. The constant need for validation from a bunch of random people that is outside of your relationship. That's the annoying part. Shallow. Yeah, I guess. But like that usually indicates that that woman has like all of her emotional needs kind of taken care of, and she just kind of wants stuff now. If you're a shallow woman is only a problem if you plan to take her seriously. A lot of men with a lot of money don't mind a shallow woman because all they have to offer is money. And if you have more to offer than money, why are you dating a woman that's shallow? Just This is just like a non-issue right here. Playing mind games. Most of the time, women aren't playing mind games. They just don't know what the fuck is going on. Sometimes they do one thing off of instinct, and then depending on the situation, they just react, and then they react. It doesn't go their way, or it goes their way, and they go with it, or they try to recover, or whatever the hell. As their mind could just be scattered, and it seems like they're playing games. If they're specifically playing games, then it's usually a lot more ordered, and the men wouldn't even notice anyways. Men appreciate authenticity and straightforwardness in a relationship. Then they shouldn't be dating women. Makeup, hair, all that stuff, that's not authentic. Straightforwardness, a woman known to be straightforward, like that's just stupid. As a man, really, like if you expect that from a woman, that's just dumb. Expect something close enough to it, maybe something you can actually like build a foundation on. But like if you expect authenticity and straightforwardness, you probably shouldn't be dating women. A woman who resort to manipulative tactics or play mind games to keep a man interested can create a sense of mistrust or instability. Well, she doesn't have trust and stability if she feels the need to do all that shit just to keep the man interested. Like, which one is really playing the game? I don't. This is dumb. Rudeness. No one likes a rude person. We can skip that. Addiction to social media. That's a genuine one. That right there. That goes with the selfies thing. And yeah, really want a woman that's just constantly on social media. She's getting her advice from social media. She's starting arguments with you because of social media. You can't have a conversation with her because she's on her phone all the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's an issue. Baby voices. Oh God, yeah, that's legit. That's the most annoying goddamn thing. Women love to say, "Oh, you guys just love little girls." Like if a guy is dating a young girl, just like, "Oh, you guys just love little girls." We do not. Immaturity in women is not attractive. We expect a little bit of immaturity, so we let a lot of shit slide. But like that shit is not attractive. And the baby voices, it just comes off as condescending. And the high-pitched nature of a woman's voice, when you start going up in those octaves, like it just activates that part of the brain that just triggers aggression. Like it's not nice to listen to. Let's go with the selfishness. Yeah, that applies to both, but yeah, a lot of women are selfish. They're thinking about themselves, and they'll quick to turn around and tell a man that he's a narcissist or whatever the hell because they don't get their way. Meanwhile, they haven't done shit for anybody. A self-centered attitude where a woman constantly prioritizes their own needs, constantly talking about, oh, I put me first. I finally put me first, even though they've never done anything for anybody else except be concerned that the person is not giving them enough attention. So now they're like, oh, he's not giving me enough attention. I'm so sick of worrying about whether he likes me or not, and I'm gonna put me first. Like you haven't done shit for anybody. You've been first the whole time. Can lead to feelings of neglect and resentment. Healthy relationships require empathy, compromise, and consideration for each other. Yeah. Good luck with getting that shit. Clinginess. A mind of a woman's clingy. If a woman likes you, she naturally wants to be clingy, and you don't really want her to be fighting her own instincts just so she doesn't weird you out or whatever. You want her to feel comfortable. It's fine if she's clingy. If it becomes to the point where it's obsessive and it borders on insecurity, then it's a problem. But being a little bit clingy is not really that big a deal. While spending quality time together is crucial in a relationship, being excessively clingy and dependent can make some men feel suffocated. uh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I guess if the guy is like trying, I suppose if they live together and whenever he comes home, he just want to sit by himself and do whatever the hell, right? Then I can see where he can be like, oh, I feel suffocated. I need room or whatever. But if you know how to manage your life better, you could just like, you come home, you spend some time with your girl occasionally, but then you set some time apart where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this today. I love you, babe, whatever the hell. I just need some time right there. You just communicate. It should be fine. It should be fine. If you feel like it's obsessive and you feel suffocated and all this shit, it's because you're reactionary. You didn't make plans. You didn't communicate how you're feeling before we got to that point. It should never have gotten to the point where it's a big problem. You should have already dealt with it from the beginning, and then it wouldn't have been an issue. Pressuring for change. While personal growth and self-improvement that are important in a relationship, pressuring a man to change aspects of himself that he's not ready or willing to change can create resentment and strain in a relationship. Healthy relationships involve mutual acceptance and support for personal development. Yeah, I can see why that one is be annoying. But if a woman is pressuring you to change something, it's probably because you're dismissing it. Like, if she's pressing you to change something, is probably because either she needs that uh, to feel attracted to you or whatever the hell, or she's just feeling a little bit insecure in a relationship, like to the point where she's feeling like you're probably not the best she can do, or that you can be better, but you don't want to try, and she feels guilty about wanting to be with someone else, or whatever the hell it is. The relationship is probably on the rocks. If she needs to pressure you to change something, the relationship is on the rocks, and she doesn't want to just walk away. She wants to try, and that's her way of trying, is to pressure you to change. Either deal with it, communicate about it, see what you can change and what you're willing to change. If the change is going to be good for you, the thing that she's saying, is it going to be good for you? And take a little bit on board and tell her, okay, I'll change this, I'll do this, whatever the hell, just communicate about it. Or if what she wants from you is just completely something that's completely outside of your personality, she wants kind of you to just like reinvent yourself kind of stuff, she probably wants somebody else and just break up. Like, this is a make or break kind of thing. She's pressing you to change. If it's something good for you, then take a little bit on board as much as you can and strive for that. If she's pressing you to change and it's something completely outside of who you are and what you're willing to do, just end the relationship. Like, it doesn't have to be that serious. Being fake. Men value honesty and authenticity in a partner. Yeah, that's true. When a woman pretends to be someone she's not, or consistently hides her true self, it can erode trust and create a sense of uncertainty about a relationship. Yeah, that's absolute like a thing. It's a lot of women that you see her. She would talk to you behind the scenes about, oh, I hate this girl, or I hate this, or this person, or whatever the hell. And then you meet you two are walking, and you meet this person, and then she's like, oh my God, I love her, blah, 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 and they just completely fake. You're just like, and then she'll turn around and try to guilt you and be like, oh, don't you trust me? All this stuff. Like, you erode trust when you're being a fake person. Like, a lot of women do that shit where they put on different personalities depending on who they're talking to and what event. Like, when they go out, they dress their best, they act really positive, and then when you're just home with them, they're always negative, and they in sweats, and they barely do their hair or any of that shit. And that kind of fakeness, you're just like, you don't trust this person to be who they try to say they are. So yeah, that's a legit thing right there. Expecting mind reading. Yeah, that shit is annoying. Shit is annoying. And even if you could read their mind, they don't know the answer either. They don't know what they want. they could be like, oh, I like the idea of this because I heard I heard someone else had this and I thought that was sweet and I wish I had that too. And then it happens for them and they're like, eh, you know what I mean? It's like, no, don't freaking know. So this whole mind reading thing is just like, it's just frustration. They're just like, oh, I wish this had happened. Why didn't you know I wanted this? You know, it's just completely God manufactured conflict nonsense. All right. Poor personal hygiene. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that shit is freaking yeah. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It's just it's the freaking worst. Like I think there've been a couple of women where like I hooked up, like we hook up, and like the next day they just like didn't take a shower all day or whatever, maybe wash their face or whatever, and then they want to have sex again, and it's just like it's just not going to work, whatever, you know what I mean? Or yeah, yeah, you just like, especially for a woman, like you got to be clean because there's a lot of things that would yeah, yeah, odor, all that stuff, like it's just not a good look. Sense of entitlement. Men appreciate mutual respect, equality, and fairness in a relationship. Not really. Not really. Like that sounds good, but we don't know. We just want uh not respect. Men want respect from the woman that they're with. Uh but the way you respect her is completely different from how she respects you. Because if you're both respecting each other based on the same standard, you would have the same expectation from each other. And if she, you know, she expects you to take care of her, protect her, and all that stuff, and you expect that from her, that shit ain't gonna work. So the respect is gonna be different. It's not gonna be mutual or whatever the hell. It's just gonna be different. Equality, not really. As a man, you have to do more for her than she's really gonna do for you. Um, if she's doing more for you than you're doing for her, your relationship's not gonna last very long because some other guy is gonna offer to do more for her. And fairness, it's not really going to be fair. It's not really going to be fair. There's nothing romantic about fair. There's nothing enticing about fair. It's just not going to work. Like a business partner, fairness, mutual respect, equality. Sure. Relationship, no. A woman with a sense of entitlement who expects everything to go her way without compromise or consideration for a partner needs may create an unhealthy dynamic. Yeah. Yeah. Self-entitlement is definitely a problem. Worst hobbies women. I guess that's the end of it. We didn't even get to 18. Anyways, so that is the end. Till next time.